What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color playing as Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the red color playing as Odin. His name is Suppe. We have a powerhouse matchup for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Two of the greats on some very interesting maps we've got here. It's the map Oasis, but both these players seemingly have not found their starting hunt at the start of the game. Both players finding it their actual secondary hunt first, moving on to that one as soon as they possibly can here. It's going to result in some interesting openings, a little bit out of the normal is what happens in these sorts of situations. So we'll see what these guys are going to come up with. We do see already Suppe having just that little bit of idle villager time here. I'm not sure exactly why that was. It's definitely possible to be able to, in this situation here, to be able to have two villagers on gold and be having a dwarf being built at this time. But Suppe decides to go for the extra villager over onto food. Actually, no, he went for double Ulfsark. That's why. That's why everything's a bit weird. I take it all back. Double Ulfsark on Oasis is standard. For multiple different reasons, but the big reason why you go double Ulfsark on Oasis is if you've got a super low hunt Oasis where you have, like, say, 2 zebra, 2 giraffe or something like this, you're going to be able to claim the majority of the herdables and have a really nice game. And you can actually see, look at this way that Suppe scouts. He runs straight in, finds the gold mine, circles back, takes all the goats, and he's moving back into his base with the majority of those goats. Compare that over to Matreiuss, who's come over here and he's scouted this side, swings back over here. He's like, where are all my goats? I don't have any goats. I mean, he does have a couple. He's found 6. But the Ktoskopos is going to be searching around. Luckily find one over here from Suppe, but maybe Suppe will turn her back and try and grab that one. As another goat over there going Matreiuss's wayside as they are slowly getting eaten up here. Matreiuss getting pretty lucky here, and Suppe not paying attention. He should definitely be able to come back and take those up there for himself, but Matreiuss is going to be happily getting those. We are going to be seeing this Ulfsark coming back for the time being, but generally speaking, this is what happens here. If you are the Norse player, we see 17 goats here for Suppe to a total of 6, which is how many he should have as the Ulfsark is searching around the map to grab those goats back. But it's going to go up to 9, so not really too many issues here. We are seeing this temple coming up, though, from Matreiuss. A little bit of a spicy temple here. Nice and forward. We'll see what time Matreiuss is going to be looking to advance in. I do have to remember he didn't have starting hunt, so crazy advance times, like 4 minutes. 4-minute advance time is going to be a little bit challenging here, and the temple going up late is going to, obviously, you're not able to advance even if you have the resources. Is this also going to be coming in? Oh, we see the cheekiness as he gets all these walls out, but there's a gap here. You can see there's a gap here because the Ulfsark can sneak through, so you do actually have to throw... am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. So it looks like the walls get up here, and this might be a dead villager. Oh, there's no gap, but there's a gap. Can't explain it. Villager is alive. The temple is up here for Matreiuss. With a forward temple, this kind of gives away his strategy already. He's going to go through Ares. Wait, Hermes? He is going through Ares. I mean, you could go for a forward temple fake into Hermes. What's the point? And the villager just walks away. Like, doesn't even care. I don't mind. Fair enough. So Matreiuss has his temple up, and he's going through Ares, and what is Suppe doing? Suppe's still not advancing. He's got his advance up now, so it's a very late advance time. This is pretty normal. This is pretty normal for Odin players to be up this late on Oasis, but this is going to be meaning that Matreiuss is going to put some pretty big pressure onto Suppe, especially because this is where the hunt is. So immediately a Cyclops is going to be coming in here with the 2 heroes, I assume, for Matreiuss, as he's literally already got his hero out, moving in. He's got this Kopesh of Horus in here, going to go for this attack, hitting the Suppe villages. They do turn around. We do have a couple of Ulfsarks. Oh, what? Just want to give your opponent the Kopesh of Horus here. It's a good relic. It's a relic which will definitely help against the early Cyclops here. As you see archery range and stable coming down for Matreiuss. I don't particularly like the stable in this position. If you're going to be putting pressure on to your opponent at this stage, going for the hoplites makes a lot more sense as the Theseus comes in, steals that relic away. Going to be returning back to the base as the Cyclops wandering forward. Have to be really, really careful with this Cyclops at this point. Those Hearse are going to be doing a lot of damage. You can see it's already down to 581 HP as the Valkyrie is going to be coming in. The Toxotes coming through. You can see how much faster Toxotes train than the Hippocon. You actually get out like 1 1/3-ish Toxotes per 1 Hippocon. So you can imagine if you had another a barracks here, this would be Hoplite, Hippocon, sorry, Hoplite and Toxotes here, and that might be enough to actually win this fight here, as we do see the Pestilence getting dropped in the main base of Suppe. It only hits the temple here, so that's absolutely huge. Suppe's actually already got himself up 2 longhouses in separating positions here. As the army going to push in, try and push off of this food for the time being. Suppe's got lots of resources in the bank here as he's going to attempt to defend this one. That one Toxotes doing some good damage. A second Toxotes going to come in, finish off another one of those, another one of those Herser as the Cyclops turns around, ready to start getting back in the action. Though it is kind of body blocking at this point, as Suppe's going to have to retreat back to his main base. This raiding cavalry getting a little bit out of position, unfortunately for Suppe. Gets picked up. That's actually a pretty rare occurrence there, as it's going to be a dead raiding cavalry for Matreiuss. Matreiuss getting that free kill there with his Cyclops. Not only that, it also resets the Cyclops animation as the Valkyrie searching for something to attack with that Hippolyta in the back of the base here. As these units retreating back in, we see Longhouse coming up over here as the raiding cavalry trying to get in here to get some damage. You can see that Cyclops is just like, let me pick you up. I just want a friend. I just want to hold you. That's all I want. Anyways, Longhouse going to be getting taken down here. Preventing that one from going up is going to matter just a little bit here, as more raiding cavalry coming out on this position. Suppe's at 52 of 65 population, whereas Matreiuss is at 50 of 65 population. Those Toxotes are going to be a really big help here. You can see how many resources currently in the bank for Matreiuss. He's got a lot of wood, a lot of food, and a bit of gold, so you can definitely be macroing this one just a little bit better at this point. But I imagine he's saving that wood there to start farms at some point here, as we do see a nice little dwarf pick up there by the Cyclops. Comes in, catches Suppe off guard there, gets one pick off there as the Toxotes trying to take down the Herser here, but the Herser will be able to finish off this Cyclops fairly quickly as the Hippocon do come over here. They have found these villagers, going to be sacrificing the rest of his army for this attack. Is going to get a couple of villager kills here, it would seem, but the majority of Matreiuss's army is going to be getting picked off here as he gets 3 villager kills, 4 if you count the dwarf, loses all of his army, and Suppe has got to be happy about this one now. He's lost a lot of villagers, but he has a big army lead. Now the question is, did Matreiuss have a bigger plan behind this? Because here's the thing, you lose all your army, but there's no resources left to gather. Matreiuss has finished his giraffe, he's finished his zebra, he's in his home base. He can just simply think about getting himself watchtowers and crenellations, and then and get some walls up, obviously, and then the army is going to be, basically, you're not going to be able to attack Matreiuss anymore if you go for that. So we'll see if that's what Matreiuss is going to do. He has dropped an armory up here, so it looks like Matreiuss, while he is still building Hippocon at home, he's only building them from one stable, so his resources should start skyrocketing. As the units coming in onto this position, do we see any sentry towers? No watchtowers coming in just yet. Farms are up. Let's check out the economic upgrades. No plow, but husbandry is in. Matreiuss is getting himself plow. Suppe, on the other hand here, lots of resources. He's taken all the villages he has off of wood for the time being. It's very smart to do this, actually. Once you've got all of the resources you need, you can just rush to the heroic age by throwing everyone on to food here. It looks like Suppe wants to finish off this these giraffe that he left here. How much food is actually left in this giraffe is actually the big question here. 100 food left, so that's actually 400 food. Definitely worth it to come back onto that position. So going to be taking the risk there to eat those giraffe, getting a lot of resources back. Still plenty of goats though, so you can finish those off. He's also got berry bushes over here and the baboons on this location, as Matreiuss going to be retreating back home. Walls coming up here. Just completely defensible position now for Matreiuss. No weaknesses in terms of villages here. Obviously there is a weakness on the second gold mine with only 1,000 gold remaining here, as the militia going to start getting cut down. But you do have to remember, Soup's got a little bit of an advantage here. He has lost more villages than Matreiuss, but there's a big forest fire coming in. But Soup does have more army than Matreiuss. So what Soup can play for now is like a gold star, for example, hitting the heroic gauge really soon here, which it looks like he's trying to do with all the villagers on food at this point. And he could even bring some goats over here and eat them outside of his base to reduce some walking time. Or he can grab a town center here. Well, let's talk about this. This seems a little bit wrong here from my perspective. So the giraffe are here. He's finishing these up. He's got plenty of resources. You cut production completely here. Cut production completely. You go to the heroic age through Skadi. You hit that at like 10 minutes. 30-ish, because you've still been building units here. So if you cut those units, completely fine. And then you restart production, and by about 11 minutes into the game, you're going to be at 115 population, because you've also got the 55 favor in the bank here to make frost giants with, and then you go on to the gold. And on Oasis, gold mines are always exposed. You're never going to have a safe gold mine on Oasis. This gold mine over here is a no-go. This gold mine over here is a no-go. But we're seeing Aphrodite come through for Matreiuss. And what Aphrodite does, it's twofold. So the first obvious thing is you get access to Curse and access to the Nemean line, especially the free Nemean line. But the less known but more important thing is that Matreiuss gets access to the market, and he also gets access to Prodromus. So these are the extra technological advantages you get from getting to the heroic age. So Prodromus is going to be able to counter those. Raiding cavalry very nice. Also Hypaspist, obviously, if your opponent's going hard onto something like infantry units here. As Matreiuss does cast the Curse, but it gives a lot of pigs over to Soup there. That's a little bit of a mistake if you ask me, as the Nemean line wasn't even in the fight there, and a little bit behind on the army here. It seems that the Matreiuss is he's going to turn around and try and take this fight. Medium cavalry come through for Matreiuss here as he's pushing this one back. This lone villager here going to be microing away, staying alive in that position there, as the raiding cavalry going to be looking for something to take out now. The big weakness that Matreiuss does have, he is only on one town center here, but he is getting himself the second one. Now, Matreiuss has got several different options to do here. He can go mass units off of one town center. He can go stay with the units he has now. Keep putting this pressure on light pressure, I guess. He kind of wins these fights, but light pressure onto this position. Go to the mythic age here. Big earthquake could be huge into Chimera, or just get this town center now and mass units and see what he can do here. But he's putting lots of pressure on. Maybe even this town center into the mythic age wouldn't be a bad idea either, especially because he's got this. Oh, he doesn't have ceasefire, but I was going to say especially because he has ceasefire, so maybe that's not an option. But we'll see what he's going to try and do here. Soup, on the other hand, still massing units. You can see still making the raiding cavalry from three longhouses, but lots of villages on food. 20 villages on food, 9 villages on gold here at this point, as the military academy is going to be getting taken down over here. Matreiuss roaming around with his units here, going to be looking for something to take out. Now, do you have to remember that this gold mine over here, that's the second gold mine here for Soup, and Soup's actually super fortunate with this gold mine. It's behind a set of trees, behind a town center as well. This is the safest gold mine you're possibly going to dream of on a map like Oasis here. So Matreiuss is going to be searching for that one. He actually doesn't know where the second gold mine is. He doesn't know that it's here because he hasn't scouted very well, and he might not be aware that there is another gold mine. So there's no real chance here for any type of gold starve unless Matreiuss somehow miraculously decides to turn around and check what's going on over here, which I simply doubt that's going to happen. He's going to instead go for the other gold mine. Where are you getting gold? You're not getting gold anywhere. Mark it up now for Matreiuss. As, I mean, that just means one thing. You can see no production of military units. So I've only got one stable here. No production of military units. Spamming villages onto farms. Plenty of villages over here. The question is, what's Soup doing? Soup's slowed down to a crawl here. He's going up through Skadi. With the raiding cavalry, they're coming onto this location now. Matreiuss hasn't made any effort to throw a wall up here, which he definitely should have. Retreating away with those villagers. One dead potential villager here, it seems, as Soup will take that one, pick that villager off, the rest of those villagers into the towns, and now as Skadi is on the way. Matreiuss here, plenty of resources in the bank. He can sell wood, buy food. He could garrison stop producing villages a little bit as this raiding cavalry are going to be getting taken down. We do see the Matreiuss units retreating back over here as he may cut these raiding cavalry off just a little bit, getting a little bit of damage done there. We do see there is a military academy here, so Matreiuss has been producing a few units there. As Soup now in the next age, the question is going to be, where is the gold? He's got lots of gold here. He's only got himself pickaxe, but he's got himself 75 favor. That's a lot of frost giants, and that's exactly what Soup needs to be doing at this point, is making frost giants and filling the rest of his population up with those super strong units there. He can also get all of his upgrades out of these ox carts. This upgrade, which he hasn't actually clicked up yet, very strong. Winter harvest. There are no farms really, so he doesn't need to get it just yet. But when he does, obviously he can go for that one there. As Soup going to be pushing in. Soup going to be looking to cast himself frost somewhere here on top of a whole bunch of villages. As we see a temple coming up on this position here for Matreiuss. Doesn't want to be losing out, as we did see Artemis has been clicked up. Matreiuss with not a whole lot of resources in the bank, and Soup has to be aware that something like this is coming. Now, if you want to counter Earthquake, you kind of need to get yourself masons, fortified town centers, and tons of buildings around every town center. So that's a lot of wood to make that happen here. Now, if we check out Soup's perspective here, he doesn't have fortified town centers. He doesn't have a ton of buildings. He doesn't have masons on either of these town centers. This one's kind of close, so if he builds like another 5 longhouses or something, he might be able to keep that one alive. It's the raiding cavalry going to come over and hit these villages off of that gold mine there, as it looks like Matreiuss is now a little bit short on gold, but Matreiuss doing the sneaky Matreiuss here. Moving on to this gold mine over there, as the frost giant coming in will be able to pick off a villager here, as Artemis just about to pop, as the Chimera will spawn in this temple here, as the hill fort coming up on this position to try and secure this gold mine, as the villagers getting the walls set up over here. Somehow Matreiuss is getting away with mining gold at this point, but the big problem here for Matreiuss, no real way to actually give himself the favor he needs out of this location. As we see the Chimera comes through, pop out here and look for something to start burning. As the frost giant's sitting over on this location, as Matreiuss is finally going to start producing some units. He does choose to go for archery ranges at this point. A little bit surprising, to be honest. I mean, he can go for pure food-based units here if he so chooses. As the raiding cavalry retreating away from here, Soup, his Raven coming over, will spot these villagers as they do retreat back over onto this gold mine. No free villager kills there for Soup on this day. Matreiuss playing too smart. The Matreiuss has been in this Mythic Age for just a little bit now, and no real usage of the Earthquake just yet, but he does come in, does hit the villagers off of this gold mine. The Chimera going to check this gold mine over here. Still no villagers on this gold mine, because they're all over here for the time being, as this Chimera is still trying to put damage on. We do see the Frost Giant coming back, as Matreiuss going to be retreating away, but the Chimera looking to come in and cast that Earthquake onto this town center. The walls are up for Soup, but are they good enough? They are not good enough. This Chimera is 100% getting in here, and that's going to be a dead town center for sure here, as the Chimera just waiting a little bit, seeing where he can pick off all the houses. There's a lot of houses over here. Picking an Earthquake on this position here will mean 4 dead houses, and that could be huge there, as we see the frost getting dropped down onto this position. How many villagers here get hit by Soup, as he gets 11 villager kills here plus an army, and there's the hill fort there. But Matreiuss clicking the Earthquake onto this position, kills off a town center, kills off 1, 2, 3, 4 houses there of Soup. Temple down as well. That's going to hurt Soup quite a bit, as the hill fort just about back up. Soup's at 124 of 75 population here. He can definitely go Mythic Age here. He's got the market. Buy himself a little bit of food. Go Mythic Age here. Ragnarok is available. And obviously Ragnarok here is game ending, because Soup's had 2 town centers for so long. It's completely fine here for him to just do that, but Soup's grabbing this town center instead, taking his time over here. He's going to be winning this fight on this location here. The Hippolyta here only with 5 HP, going to be doing a lot of damage, though actually not. Well, there's nothing really for it to attack, never mind. There's no real units that counter the Chimera here for Soup, as he's chasing them around. A couple of one Herser here actually would be a little bit for Soup, but Anyways, we'll see if this idea here from Suppe is going to work. He's just a little bit slow here to recoup himself after the big town center destruction and that of earthquake, and that's really hurting him right now because Matreiuss here, resources are low, but the units are high, and he's putting pressure on everywhere. He comes over here, he finds these dwarves on this location, going to be taking those out. See the units retreating over here. Suppe's just in a very, very weird position. He's refusing at this point to make himself, to buy himself food, which he needs to do. And he's just deciding to spam units out, which don't counter the Chimera at all. He has 89 favor, not building any Frost Giants at this point, in a complete mess here in this game, caused by Matreiuss's ingenious game plan here of going for this very, very fast earthquake, or kind of fast earthquake even, but just a really nice earthquake here. We see all the farms getting dropped down here, and this is going to be so slow for Suppe. He does have himself Winter Harvest. He does have himself the plow upgrade, the irrigation upgrade, but these villages are incredibly... They're placed very dangerously here as the Chimera are going to come in. Lots of villages here that can get taken down, but there is a Frost Giant over here. So many dead villages there as Matreiuss retreating away from this Frost Giant as best as he can. We'll see if Suppe can get some sort of path blocking happening there. No, he doesn't get that one there as the Chimera simply just going to retreat away. We see a hill fort coming down on this position here. All the hill forts of Suppe have been taken down on that location. These raiding cavalry are not going to be long for this world either, as an ox cart going to be going down over here. The Chimera going to be looking for somewhere else to go, as now he's got 3 Chimera. Where is the Atlanta though? You want to put, oh, it's only 15 HP, but you want to put that Atlanta with those Chimera, if you so can, against Norse players, because Norse players defend their gold with a Frost Giant here, as the Ulfsark sneaking around onto this position will be spotted. We see the not using that special there. Matreiuss prevents that one there, as the unit's going to be coming back over onto this gold mine over here. We do still have 15 dwarves on this position here, as the Toxotes getting taken down over here. We'll see them moving in. Going to be able to hit these villages very, very hard. That's going to be so many dead villages. This Chimera comes in onto this side here. This Chimera hits this one. So many more dead villages there. How many actually get away from that? There were 15 there, and it looks like we've only got 6 remaining. So that's 11 or 9. Can't do math. That's a lot of dead villages there, to say the very least, as Matreiuss is now going to be getting his 3rd town center in a commanding position here, swinging around with his army now, as we are seeing Suppe trying to put some pressure onto Matreiuss, and now we're going to start seeing those Hypaspists coming out here, as the Chimera sitting in the back waiting for something to do. More dead villagers on this location here as they're retreating away. They're not going to be able to get away from this one at all here, as the other dwarf over here coming down, as not only this, the trade route is going straight through this army now, and that's a lot of food going to be getting thrown down the drain here, as Matreiuss now going to be moving on to these farms. There's 14 farms, 3 unbuilt, but 14 farms on this position that are going to get taken down. You just have to pick off the ox cart here in a way, but he's going to be going after the villagers at this point to take those out. Takes down a ton of villagers here, as the army is trying to push through for Suppe onto this position, but I don't think that Matreiuss is going to care all too much. Suppe's got no villagers remaining. Matreiuss, on the other hand, has got tons of villagers remaining, and Apollophilus is queued up here at this point. The only thing stopping Matreiuss from really holding this is a couple of free population spaces for the Polyphemus to come out, and it does come out, and that's going to be bashing the Frost Giant away, taking the other Frost Giant down as well very, very fast here, as more Frost Giants are coming in onto this position. We see a whole bunch of units coming through here, but Matreiuss can just micro this one, pull back every 20 seconds, get some sort of special breath shot onto these units, do tons of damage here as he's going to be retreating away. We see the heroes out, the Frost Giants retreating away from this location, and it looks to me like while Suppe is kind of okay in terms of population, he's just not dealing with these Chimera well enough, and there's not enough villages for Suppe at this point on food to really support anything here, as the Ulfsark gets taken down here, the Chimera retreating away. And what else can Suppe really do in this position here is the big question. I mean, even now it's probably too late for a Ragnarok. There's just not enough villages. And I bet you, yeah, there's Matreiuss coming in with forward fortress now. Going to be starting to put an end to Soup's position on that location there as he's retreating, as he's pushing through over here. We see tons of frost giants over here going after this one. We see the Polyphemus trying to take down this hill fort all by his lonesome, and he is a big boy with 19.5 hack, 5 crush. That's a lot of damage per second there. I don't think he gets any bonus against buildings. Yeah, no bonus versus buildings, but the 5 crush just helps out a ton here against these types of against buildings, especially buildings with low HP like Norse buildings. As Matreiuss continues to push through here, Soup gets up to his 3rd town center on this location. Lots of idle military here that need to come back, and at this point, Soup has got. He does have his trade route. It is really strong, but it is running straight through the army of Matreiuss, and it needs to essentially be paying itself off now every single time. Essentially, the one ox caravan rotation from the market to the town center, one of those is, and back again, is going to be able to pay off the ox caravan. But that's kind of it. That's kind of it. He needs to get two rotations of that for him to actually make money on those ox caravans, which does take quite some time here. Soup is still holding on mightily, but I imagine there's no gold mines remaining for Soup. He doesn't care too much about that. 130 of 150 population, but now with the Heliopoli coming in, if Soup were to lose this town center, that could be an absolute nightmare, as more villagers getting trained out over here for Soup onto these farms, making dwarves at this point. Not really what he wants to do, but now Matreiuss coming in hot here. He's targeting down the town center. Still doesn't have fortified town centers for himself, but Soup notices this one, pulls the villagers back and start taking down this Heliopoli. But guess what? Chimera Tyrant is in. Chimera Tyrant moves forward. Chimera Tyrant does tons of damage there onto those villagers, as they are mostly all going to get taken down here incredibly fast. We've got the heavy Hippaspis in here as well to take down any sort of other types of units, as raiding cavalry coming through for Soup at this point. Matreiuss not paying attention. These raiding cavalry getting a good amount of damage, but the Chimera comes back, and these are still only heavy raiders, so the special attack here from the Chimera does so much damage as the villagers popping back out here, still trying to defend this town center as best as they possibly can. The raiding cavalry have mostly all been picked off, as the villagers going to fall as well, but the Heliopoli train has started, and it is not stopping until this town center goes down. Meanwhile, we are seeing Soup having a little bit of success on the top side of the map, but the Hippaspis are out. They've got champion upgrades. The heroes are here as well to defend against this one, and Matreiuss is not going to care too much about getting slow pushed on this location while he is finishing off this town center over here. But more villagers coming through here, going to be trying to take down these Heliopoli. We even see a Polyphemus coming in onto this position to take down the town center, take out the villagers as well. With the help of those infantry units there, the town center going to be falling there. Soup trying to push through here, but there's just not going to be enough stuff over here for Soup at this point. Soup's probably sitting at 114 to 130 population. Decent economy now created. Houses going down as well for Soup, as he is desperately struggling. Matreiuss can now move forward with villagers, which he is indeed doing now. He's got 10 villagers here. He'll be grabbing this town center for himself as Soup's retreating away now. We'll see if Matreiuss can get this town center up, or if Soup can find some sort of advantage while all this population is at the bottom of the map. But look at this. The units coming through, they're going to be going after the main town center now. The Polyphemus is here to destroy, to take out this this Frost Giant is more than capable of doing that, but maybe the Frost Giant going to go after the town center. We are seeing the Polyphemus going to come through, and in very rare fashion, the Polyphemus actually really helping these Heliopoli here, as normally that Frost Giant probably would have gotten a frozen breath hitter onto the Chimera or onto something else, but looks like the Frost Giant will be getting taken down here by the Polyphemus. Nice play there by Matreiuss. The defense has happened over here. The hero is going to be finishing off the Frost Giants there, as Matreiuss searching around for something to take out, as these Huskal are just not going to cut the mustard against this Greek army that's here. And in that moment, Soup does decide to tap out. An incredibly well-played game by Matreiuss, but you have to ask the question, what was Soup thinking? He had tons of villages for a time there. He had 900 food, 2,000 gold. Just go Mythic Age. Just go Mythic Age. These 2 gold mines were all that Matreiuss had. The Mythic Age doesn't even have to win the game here. While going Mythic Age, make yourself those ox caravans. Send them to this town center that you were building. as that's happening, you can have 5 Ox Caravans while the Rag is happening. There's no way that Matreiuss gets any more value out of Artemis here, so he has to go full in to champion a Paspis, and then you can go into Fire Giants yourself with all of that extra resource, and you can control the game from there, get sorted after all the problems that he had. Alternatively, Tyr probably would have really helped as well, because you could have gone in with, say, Fenris Wolves to deal with the Chimera, or even just had a decent army, economic advantage to kind of deal with everything. But deciding to just try and recoup his losses here, get his town centers back, not get his upgrades up, lose all of the forward pressure while he was doing that, just did not work out for him in this game. That Earthquake was too strong there for him to make that work. Anyways, that's the game. A pretty wild one here. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.